I was gonna do a recap of the Grammys, but I forgot to take notes, so I'll just mention what I remember the most. Adele, This Night, the show, it belonged to her. If this was a movie, Adele would be the protagonist and Nicki Minaj would be the villain, but we'll get into that later. Adele took the 6 Grammys she was nominated for and she deserved them. Her songs are played as much or even more as the overplayed songs on the radio, but they can't be classified as overplayed because they're just so damn classic. So I was obviously touched when she took the most important Grammy of the night. But she sounded horrible. First of all, call me ignorant, but I didn't know she was British, so I was a little bit shocked when that accent came out. But Adele, she has a horrible crying voice. But it's all good that she sounds like a dying pig when she's crying, because when she sings, it sounds like the voice of a million angels. She's the best voice of our generation in my opinion. But she's also beautiful. I understand why AskMen.com crowned her one of the most desirable women of 2012. I knew she had an amazing voice and she gives the impression of being a simple, humble and nice person. But damn, she's gorgeous, sexy beast. She also explained that her album 21 was based on a rubbish relationship. So she's like Taylor Swift, except, she's Adele. I mean, you're the reason for the teardrops on my guitar, or I'm gonna make your head burn. Think of me in the depths of your despair. Honestly, I would much rather break Taylor Swift's heart. But let's move on. Believe it or not, there were other things that happened other than Adele. Lady Gaga looked like a fish trapped in some kind of net, so it was appropriate that she didn't win anything. Bruno Mars had possibly what was my favorite performance of the night. Katy Perry was Katy Perry, and she released a new song that's very reminiscent of Pink's So What. Not because of the actual sound of the song, but because of the lyrics and the situation surrounding it. Justin Bieber once again did not win, which I think the Grammy producers are geniuses. Keep nominating him to get all his fans to actually watch, but without getting the backlash of actually making him a winner. The day he wins a Grammy, which will inevitably come, perhaps even next year, it will have to be for a near perfect song or people will flip houses. And flipping houses is not easy. There was this whole Whitney Houston tribute that culminated with a poorly executed conclusion. Not because it sounded bad, because it was actually a good rendition of I Will Always Love You by Jennifer Hudson. She was amazing and strong. But why would you choose to present it that way? Everything was dark at first and all you could see was a shadow, and then you could see sort of like a silhouette, and then you could see a hint of a black woman. Pretty insensitive in my opinion. I bet people were like, what? This was all a joke? Whitney Houston is alive? Is that a zombie? Did they bring her back to life? I live on the internet. Trust me, people are that naive. But all jokes aside, she was a wonderful singer. May she rest in peace. And then we have Nicki Minaj. Let me start by saying that I love her. I think she's a great rapper. I wouldn't even care if she gave me the cold shoulder because looking at her from behind is one of the best views in the world. But what the heck was up with that performance? First of all, she sounded horrible. Then it was this whole stupid story. It just looked like she was trying too hard to be Lady Gaga. And the version of Lady Gaga that's Lady Gaga when Lady Gaga's trying too hard. Here's a lesson, girls. You don't need to be complicated or shocking. That doesn't make it a good performance. But if that's all you got, then by all means, go for shock value. Nicki, that's why you lost to Bon Iver. When music stops being about music, it just loses everything. That's why this will be regarded as the worst performance of the night, while Adele's will be regarded as one of the best. Now Coldplay, when your singing is comparable or inferior to Rihanna's singing, you may not be having the best night. I still love you though, but maybe someone should try to fix you. And we end with Chris Brown. He's such a good performer that it actually almost makes me dislike him even more for ruining that by being such a horrible human being. But I am no one to judge. I have not walked in his shoes, and while I would never condone or accept a guy beating a woman, we all make mistakes. We've all done horrible things that we're not proud of, but we're just biased towards our own forgiveness. You've done horrible things that Chris Brown has never done, so it's a little hypocritical to condemn him without condemning yourself first. Only he knows what's truly in his heart. I'm not a fan and I won't be buying his music, and I'm not even saying that he's a good guy. But if you're without fault, go ahead and throw the first stone. All I'm saying is I personally cannot judge him. But the reason I bring him up, no pun intended, is his penis. He's black, so yeah, it's big. I would have never noticed it, but all the girls on my Twitter feed that were watching the Grammys pointed it out. Oh, put that penis away. Ew, penis. You can totally see his penis. Was Chris Brown aware of this? Well, he was grabbing it a lot, so I think he was. And I mean, after all the backlash, his few loyal fans and his big penis, that's pretty much all he has. So if I was him, I would probably wear tight pants that would draw the outline of my penis as well. But this just proves what women are really looking at. I would have never noticed the outline of his penis. I actually had to look for it. Oh, there it is. Women, don't deny it. You judge me for looking at your body in those tight pants. Yeah, you're trying to make out the size of my penis when you get a chance. There's more to me than just the bulge in my pants, you superficial jerk. See you later, crocodile.